The purpose of laws prescribed in Islam is for humans to achieve happiness in this world and the hereafter by following the law of adopting the good and neglecting the bad. Islam does not command anything that is not good for people, and it does not forbid anything that is not bad for them. When Islam permits or prohibits certain things, it is only for the good of mankind. If they abide by it, they would be successful or they would fail. Islam does not want to make life difficult, but would want to make life easy for people. In order for people to live with peace and prosperity in the world, Islam focuses on the protection of 5 major aspects, such as religion, life, wealth, progeny, and intellect. That is why Islam prohibits polytheism, killing of people, gambling, fornication, and adultery, and alcohol. The 5 aspects are explained in detail with their ill effects. The following are the aspects of protection. Protection of religion, deen. Polytheism is prohibited. Allah says, inclining only to Allah, not associating anything with Him. And he who associates with Allah, it is as though he had fallen from the sky and was snatched by the birds, or the wind carried him down into a remote place. Chapter 22, verse 31. Islam protects religion by prohibiting polytheism. Islam strictly prohibits polytheism, as it is the act of showing ingratitude to Allah, and he receives all bounties from Allah but worships false gods who have no power or authority. This polytheism at a later stage leads to superstitions and committing forbidden acts. When one indulges in polytheism, he goes against his nature to do so. When a person indulges in polytheism, he falls down to the lowest level of character. That is the reason why Islam strictly prohibits polytheism. 2. Protection of human life, nafs. Killing is prohibited. Allah says, whoever kills a soul unless for a soul or for corruption done in the land, it is as if he had killed mankind entirely. Chapter 5, verse 32. Islam protects human life by prohibiting killing. Life is given by Allah, and He alone has the right to take it back. No other person has the right or authority to take the life of any person unlawfully. When people are killed unjustly, then peace is disturbed in the nation, and then further leads to many other economic and social issues. That is the reason why acts like murder or mercy killing are strongly condemned and strictly prohibited. 3. Protection of wealth, mal. Gambling is prohibited. Allah says, O you who have believed, indeed intoxicants and gambling, sacrificing on stone altars to other than Allah, and divining arrows are but the defilement from the work of Satan. So avoid it that you may be successful. Satan only wants to cause between you animosity and hatred through intoxicants and gambling, and to avert you from the remembrance of Allah and from prayer. So will you not desist? Chapter 5, verse 90 to 91. Islam protects wealth by prohibiting gambling. Islam prohibits gambling as it leads to loss of wealth. Gambling destroys families and causes the loss of wealth through prohibited means. It makes rich families poor and humiliates proud souls. It makes many mouths go without food, makes many bodies go naked or be clothed in nothing but rage. Ultimately, gambling reduced the state of a person from good to worse. 4. Protection of progeny, nasl. Unlawful sexual relation is prohibited. Allah says, and do not approach unlawful sexual intercourse. Indeed, it is ever an immorality and is evil as a way. Chapter 17, verse 32. Islam protects progeny by prohibiting unlawful sexual relations. Islam prohibits adultery and fornication as it disrupts the entire family system. The children who are born out of unlawful sexual intercourse would not get the right parenting. It would lead to a lack of training children, it would lead to a lack of lineage, and it would lead to lack of proof of inheritance. Thus, Islam encourages people to marry and prohibits all kinds of unlawful sexual relations. 5. Protection of intellect, aql. Alcohol is prohibited. Allah says, O you who have believed, indeed intoxicants, gambling, sacrificing on stone altars to other than Allah, and divining arrows are but defilement from the work of Satan. So avoid it that you may be successful. Satan only wants to cause between you animosity and hatred through intoxicants and gambling, and to avert you from the remembrance of Allah and from prayer. So will you not desist? Islam protects intellect by prohibiting alcohol. Alcohol consumption makes it difficult to differentiate between right and wrong, as people lose their ability to reason and understand things. Islam is founded on intellect. rational thought, and good judgment. Anything that could threaten this behavior is forbidden. When people lose their ability to reason, they go on to commit a number of wrongful acts such as violating traffic rules, fights with their family members, beating up their wives, unlawful sexual acts like rape and adultery, etc. This is the reason why alcohol is considered the mother of all evils in Islam and is strictly prohibited. Protection of religion, life, wealth, progeny, and intellect are considered the basic rights of every human being. So in order to give rights to human beings, Islam has strongly prohibited polytheism, the killing of human beings, gambling, unlawful sexual relations, and alcohol. When people abstain from all these 5 prohibitions, then the world would become a more peaceful place to live in, as it would drastically contribute to the reduction of crime and immodesty. Thus, everyone should strive to learn, practice, and propagate these 5 basic rights. If you are new to our channel, then please subscribe and hit the bell icon to get regular updates. If you like our video, then please drop in a like and share the video with your friends and relatives and gain sawab jariyah. Dum